Hey there guys, Zach here from InBeta, and welcome back to another Windows 8.1 video. Now today we're taking a look at Windows 8.1. This is the final version that will be pushed out to Windows 8 users for free later this year. It's also the final version for those who are looking to purchase Windows 8.1 on October 18. Now, there's lots of additional changes between this and Windows 8.1, and this video will only go through most of them, not all of them, but most of the outstanding features. So first up we have the start screen, and you may have already noticed the background that I'm using is a custom background, and that's because in Windows 8.1 you can use the desktop background for your start screen background. Now to do this, you swipe in from the right, you go to settings and you go to personalize. No longer do you need to go to the PC settings control panel. Here you've got a ton of different backgrounds for the start screen. You've got the default one, which is new. You've got a nice little robotic one, which, by the way, if you move the icons on the start screen, they move. So they are dynamic backgrounds, which is pretty nice. We've got this view top one, flowery one, a seashell one. You've got a dragon one, which they showed off at build, and then you've got a ton of other ones. You've also got the no background and, of course, the desktop background. Now, actually, we can also change the background color. If you're using the desktop background, however, that doesn't change, so bear that in mind. On the start screen, there's new tile sizes. As you can see, we've got the normal wide tile, we've got the medium tile, and we've also got a new small tile, and we've also got a large tile. You can change the size of these tiles just by tapping on them and tapping on resize, so large, wide, medium and small. Also, there's a new way to enter customization mode. No longer do you need to pull down on the app, you just hold it, much like on iOS and Android. And you can also move around multiple apps. So as you can see here, I've got the Word, at OneNote, PowerPoint and Outlook. If I select all of them, I can move them around into their own little group, name the group, so I could name it Office, and I could also change the sizes of them all at once. So I can make them small, or I can make them back to medium. Now, app updates. Most of the apps in Windows 8.1 have been given an update, so we're going to walk through them now. So the Mail app has been given an update. Also, new color. Here's an email. You can now drag and drop, which is pretty nice in Mail. So if we hold on to it and move it, you can move it into different folders and so on. You've also got down here, you've got your favorites. You've got, which is this here. You've got your flagged emails, you've got newsletters, which is all your newsletters from everything that you've signed up for, as well as social updates. Now, social updates implements everything from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, any social network you can think of. So as you can see here, most of it's Twitter, but I'm sure I've got Facebook somewhere. Maybe I don't. I'm sure I've got something. So there's Facebook, news from Facebook, and you've also got LinkedIn will be somewhere, as well as other things. You've got search up here, so you can search for emails. So I can search for PayPal email. Oh, if I could type pay. Oh, that would do. That's not a PayPal email, but you get the idea. The next one is the calendar app. The calendar app has been updated. As you can see here, there's this new What's New view. If you swipe up or down, you can change the background of it. You can use default browse for a new one. You can also get to the day view, working week, week or month, which is pretty nice. You can also add new events as per usual. If we go back to the start screen, Photos app has been given a bearing, or it's been stripped of lots of features. No longer does it look for SkyDrive photos. It looks for pictures, and you have to manually select SkyDrive, which I find is a bit annoying, but what can you do? Moving on, the Xbox Video app has been updated. Looks a lot like Xbox One. However, the functions are still the same. You can still search for movies. So if I search for, I don't know what movies are out. What's that film called? The new. Let's just Die Hard. I can't remember the film I was looking for. Die Hard. Hopefully, a Die Hard film will come up, or not. Oh, okay, there you go. Die Hard. You've got the original Die Hard, then you've got Live Free or Die Hard. Good Day to Die Hard. Good Day to Die Hard, and so on. So that's that. If you tap on it, you obviously get to rent it or buy it. You can also play the trailer.
We thank you one and all and wish you a Merry Christmas.
As you can see there. Now, moving on, we've got the Xbox Music app. The Xbox Music has also been given an update. Brand new user interface. Over again, functions are fairly similar. This should sync up to my Xbox Music cloud storage. Got a collection here, and it's added my music there. Got radio, which allows you to search for artists and play music from them, and you've got Explore, which is like the iTunes homepage. This is where you can buy music. So Ellie Goulding up here, we can take a look at her albums and buy her music or add it to our collection. You can also make new playlists and import playlists from iTunes. Moving on, we've got the store. Now the store has a new UI. As you see here, there's featured apps here. You swipe up and down. Also, there's a Twitter app here, and there's Picks for You. You've got Popular Now and new releases, as well as top paid, top free. Swiping down from the top gives you the categories of apps, as well as areas to your account, such as here, your account there, your apps and home. Now, if we download an app, as you can see here, this is the product page. It's been given a new update as well. You've got the images here you can swipe up and down on. You've also got ratings, and you've got reviews, as well as app details and related apps. Now, if we download the app by pressing install, you will notice that the app does not install to the start screen. We'll wait for that to download. It's not installing to the start screen, and that's because Microsoft with Windows 8.1 want the start screen to be a place for your favorite apps and not a home screen for all of your apps. So the Twitter app would have been installed to the apps list, which is a swipe up. You can sort apps by name, date installed, most used, and by category. So if you would like to find the Twitter app quickly, you would select by date installed because it will be the most recent app installed. You can hold it and pin it to the start screen, and there it is on the start screen. Again, you can move it around, change sizes of it, and so on. So we've got medium and small. Again, not all apps support the new large and small tiles. Actually, I think most of them support the small tile, but not the large tile, which is understandable. Now moving on, the Skype app is baked into Windows 8.1 now. Yes, we allowed it to use that. However, it's very similar to the app that we've seen in Windows 8, so not much has changed. Very similar. You can talk to people and so on. So we won't go into that. Moving on, the People app has been given a new user interface. You've got your most recent social updates, as well as all your contacts. If we tap on that, it gives you a complete list. However, not the whole app has been given a new facelift, because if you go into what's new, this still looks very similar to that on Windows 8. Moving on, the Finance app. Has it been given an update? I don't remember. Let's find out. It's sort of. The background has changed here. And additional functionality, I'm not entirely sure, because I'm not a big user of the Finance app, I'll be honest. But here you can search. There's a search box up here now. So I don't know, search for Microsoft. See if Microsoft comes up. Microsoft, there's a stock company in Germany, apparently. This is Microsoft in Germany, so they're doing okay, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Moving on. You've got Internet Explorer, has been given a small update. What you can do now is swipe up from the bottom. You get the tabs at the bottom instead of the top. You've got in Private tab, which was there in the beginning, you can add a new tab. You can go to your frequents. You can also go to your favorites and pin them to the start screen. You can also view downloads, which wasn't available in Windows 8, so you can now see all the things I've downloaded, and tapping on them will take you to the desktop. You can also clear the list and delete the program. Going back, we've also got view in desktop and find on page. And also get app for this site, which is pretty nice. So if we go back to the start screen, Help and Tips, which is a new app in Windows 8.1, it gives you an insight to Windows 8.1, much like it does on Windows Phone. So if you're a Windows Phone user, you will know what this app is about. It helps you. It's also got options for touch and mouse. So if you're a mouse user, you can just tap down here and it will tell you everything using the mouse and keyboard instead of touch. But as we're using a touch screen, we'll select that. There's some neat animations here, so it'll tell you to swipe up to get to the start screen, the apps list, sorry. And you can also search windows.com for more. Food and Drink is a new app, I think. Yeah, I think it's a new app. You can add a recipe. I can take a picture of the camera, apparently. I can add an image and name it and so on. You can add the ingredients, add shopping list, which is pretty nice, and today's meal plan, which again is pretty nice. You've also got recipes you can look at. So spiced lamb pies. Let's find out how to make spiced lamb pies. Apparently it's difficult to make, so I won't be looking at that because I'm a terrible cook, I'll be honest. Here's news about food, and there's some wine. There's a wine area, so if you're a wine taster, then that'll be handy for you. You've also got cocktails and other places here, so you can also send feedback if you wish. Reading List is a new app in Windows 8.1. It allows you to save pages on Internet Explorer for later. So if you open Internet Explorer again and go to our favourite site in the whole wide world, chasing my keyboard, winbeta.org. So if you look for an article, more than 110 million users are running Windows 8. So that's a nice article. We can go to the swiping from the right, tap on share, and we can share it to the reading list. Tap on add, and that will be added to the reading list. Also, there is a new reading view, much like in iOS. So you can just make it optimize the page for reading in portrait or landscape. Back to reading list. You'll now see the article here, and this will sync across all your devices. Tapping on it will open Internet Explorer in the split mode. Now, talking about the split mode, there's new sizes. As you can see here, I can adjust this to my liking. So if I want the reading list to be bigger than the Internet Explorer, I can have them 50-50 if I wish. And I can also add more than 2. So if I open the Store app again, maybe I can't. Depending on the screen resolution, you can add more than 2. But as I'm running this at a lower resolution, I can have up to 2. However, if you're running this on a desktop, you can have 3, 4, 5, and so on. You can also have it across multiple displays if you're using that. Now there's a bike outside, which is really annoying. It's bloody Harley Davidson, the loudest bike on the planet. Okay, it's turned off. Next up is SkyDrive. SkyDrive hasn't been given that much of an update. However, you can check out this PC now, so you can check out local files from the SkyDrive app. Wasn't in Windows 8, is in Windows 8.1. Moving on. The weather app hasn't really been given an update. It just supports the new the larger tile size, if we allow that. So it's pretty similar everywhere else. Confirm, and that's pretty cool. We've got the sports app, which I'm not a big fan of, I'll be honest. However, I am an Arsenal supporter, so if you're an Arsenal supporter, hello. If you're not, then oops, I just probably offended you. I'm not a big fan of sports. I don't really care, to be honest. However, I do know that someone called Ozil joined Arsenal. So, yeah, I'm in the now, I suppose. You've also got the maps, Bing Maps, which is it's the same. Oh, don't look where I live. Oh my god, that's nearly scary. Right. You've got Health and Fitness, I think this is called. Yes, Bing Health and Fitness, which is a new app in Windows 8.1. Allows you to keep track of your weight, or what you eat, and so on. Calories and stuff. So I won't be using this because I don't need to, but if you need to use this, if you need to lose some weight, perfect app for you. Now the desktop, I'm going into the desktop in a minute because I'm running this at the wrong resolution and everything on the desktop will look too small for the video. Then you got the news and video news app, which is pretty similar to what it was in Windows 8. So yeah, that is all of the app updates in Windows 8. However, that's not all of the apps. There's some new apps. If we swipe up here and go into by name, you can see there's an alarm app, which is what you expect. An alarm app, you can add alarms, change the sounds. There's loads of sounds here, which I find pretty cool. Let's get rid of that. Alright, cancel. Moving on, we can go to, there's a calculator app, which is, as you expect, a calculator. So 8 add 0.1, that's 0.0. Damn it! I was going to do the cool thing, adding 8.01. I've done it wrong again. Give up. Anyway, moving on. You've also got the, where is the other app? I always lose this other app. Sound recorder. Would Windows like to use your sound? Yes, please. It's just a sound recorder, much like the desktop version, except it's in the modern UI. So if I tap here, hello, this is the sound recorder, and stop it. We can play it. I assume. Tap it here. Play. Hello, this is the sound recorder, and I can trim it and delete it. Pretty nice. So that's all the new apps. Search in Windows 8.1 has been given an update as well. It now searches everywhere, and by everywhere I mean everywhere. It searches your hard drive, it searches your SkyDrive, it searches the internet. So if I search for London or the United Kingdom, it should give me a nice little look at the... It hasn't. Why didn't it do that? I think it's because I'm not running in the United States. Yeah, this search thing is a bit iffy. It only works in certain locations. It doesn't work in the UK, it seems. So if I quickly change time and language region, change it to United States, I should be able to fix it. So we go here, and search for the United Kingdom again. Hopefully it works this time. There we go. So you get this nice little view here. I can't remember what they called it, something really cool, but I can't remember what they called it. So for now, I'm just going to call it the Search UI. So yes, this is a Search UI. It gives you a location of the United Kingdom. As you can see, we're located next to Ireland and France and Germany. However, we're a bit below Norway and a bit above Spain. Anyway, you can see the date founded. We were founded in 1801. Population 62.74 million as of 2011. I am part of that 62.74 million. And I need to sneeze. I'm going to try and hold it in. Let's move on. We are $2.45 trillion worth, I think, in USD. However, we use Great British Pounds, so I don't know why they're using dollars. I think that's because I've changed the region to the US. You've got attractions, so you can see the Stonehenge. Most boring attraction in the world, I think. But you can see where it's located. It opened in 2000 before Christ. Moving back. So as we can see here. And then you've just got search results from Google, or Bing even, sorry. Nobody uses Google anymore. It's all about Bing. You can see, and it lists things from the news article and other apps installed on your system as well. It will also search the store and apps that you haven't installed, such as Wikipedia here. If I tap on it, it will ask me to install Wikipedia, which is pretty nice. Again, you can also search for local files. So what do I have on here? I don't have any local files on here. Actually, I do. I have the Camtasia installer. So as you can see here, here's my local files. This one here, and this one here as well. And down here is Bing also complete. So if I type in Camo Fire, it will search for Camo Fire. Tapping on one of these will open Internet Explorer. The PC settings app has been updated. You've already seen in here. Implements lots of things from the desktop control panel, such as update and recovery. You've got PC and devices, display, devices, mouse and touch keyboard, typing, corners, edges, sleep powers, the PC info, other things, loads of things, cool things. You've got lock screen, you can change the lock screen. New lock screen backgrounds, pretty nice backgrounds if I may add. You can play a slideshow on the lock screen. Can't show you this because I'm recording with Camtasia, and Camtasia hates this lock screen apparently. But yeah, it moves between SkyDrive photos and photos on your hard drive. If I turn it on, you can add it from SkyDrive and from your local hard drive, as well as other folders. You can also, as per usual, add lock screen apps. You've got alarms here that you can add, and you can also turn this on to swipe down from the top to select the camera. So that's pretty much it for the... No, it isn't. I lied. In SkyDrive, there's a lot more sync settings now. As you see, you can sync your start screen layout, appearance, desktop personalization, app list, app data, web browser, passwords, language preferences, ease of access, other Windows settings, which is File Explorer and so on. And yes, so lots and lots of different changes there. Now I'm going to quickly stop the video so I can actually change the resolution of the desktop so you can see it better. We shall be back in 2 seconds. So this is the desktop in Windows 8.1. It includes a number of additional enhancements and features. One of those features is the Start button. Now the Start button is back in Windows 8.1, however it's not as it all seems. The Start button takes you to the Start screen, or as I have here, the apps list. You right clicking it will give you the bunch of options including shutdown and sign out. Now it's not a Start menu. The Start menu in Windows 8 and 8.1 is not back. If you want the Start menu, use Windows 7 because Windows 7 is still supported by Microsoft. Even use Windows Vista because that's going to be supported for a few more years. Do not use Windows XP. It runs out of support next year, so do not be using that. If you're using that, get off it. Now, as you said here, you right click, got shut down and sign out, and the reason that's there is because you can disable elements of the modern UI with this navigation tab here. For example, when you sign in, you can also close up all apps on the Start screen, go to the desktop instead of Start. So like in Windows 7, when you sign in, you go straight to the desktop. Same as here if you select this. Show my desktop background on Start, which is all I've got enabled. Show the apps you automatically when I go to Start. So if which is already applied, clicking on Start will take you to the apps list instead of the Start screen. And this will be handy for those who don't like the start screen and want a more traditional start menu like form factor. Now it isn't a start menu, it's a start screen or a menu screen, because it's all the apps in a full screen. It gets sort of the desktop in the background, but if you're using the start screen background as the desktop background, it makes it less jarring, is the word they used when transitioning from A to B. And you've also got list desktop app first, so if you're definitely a modern hater and you don't have any of the modern UI apps, ticking that box will give you all the desktop apps first. You can see here I've got Microsoft Office, TechSmith, Camtasia, as well as the Windows accessories. Now that's about it in the desktop side of things. Clicking on here, SkyDrive is implemented into Windows 8.1 File Explorer now. Also, that's another thing, File Explorer has been given a new name, just something there. As well as libraries. Libraries aren't gone, they're just not enabled by default. If you click show libraries, they reappear. But let's untick that. As you see, clicking on the File Explorer icon, it takes you to the My Computer, now called This PC area instead of the libraries. You've got all your folders up here, so desktop documents, downloads, music, pictures and videos, as well as the hard drives and other things. So yes, that's pretty cool. Of course, you've also got all these up here, which you can go through and change. So that's about it in Windows 8.1. I've walked through most of the things new. This update will be coming out for Windows 8 users as a free update in October. Those who are running Windows 7 or below can also purchase this on October 18 for I don't know how much yet. It might be that you have to purchase Windows 8 to get this. They haven't fully explained it yet, but I'm sure the information will come out pretty soon. It'll be on the internet, it'll be on winbeta.org, so check there. So yes, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.